Namaste everyone, Deva Vidya here from Way of the Secret, and I'm really excited to bring you this video series. Thank you so much for joining me. So this is one of several videos that I will be creating to help you to learn the tools that that I use every day to navigate during these times. These times are intense, and yes, there is a serious virus going on that is pervading the world, and there is also a lot of other things going on in different dimensions and realms inside of us, within the ethereal realms. A lot of things are happening, and it is really a time that we need to understand how to protect ourselves, how to navigate the energies, how to really use this time so that we can release those things that are really holding us in dark energy or negative or heavy energies. So these are going to be a lot of different videos navigating the energies and teaching you ways to really stay in your center of your truth, your love, your peace, your bliss, and well-being. And when we come into this way, we are then tools, we are vehicles to spread this really high vibrational energy to others. So what I wanted to first teach you about is how to protect your energy. But first I want to talk about that it's not just, we have this physical body that we see all the time, but we also have four bodies. We have the physical body, we have the emotional body, we have the mental body, and the spiritual body. And we need to be aware of these bodies so that we can hold them in the highest vibration and integrity, and also to check in on them and see how they're going, if there's anything coming in that is causing stress in any of those areas and blocking us from being in our truest and highest self. And now also, like I talked a little bit just a few minutes ago, that these energies are not just on this earthly plane, this 3D dimension that we see here. They are also going on in these four bodies, the different energies, and also in different dimensions, in different realms, in different planes of existence, in different timelines, and the collective consciousness that's all around us. So we have our own individual mind, but there's the collective conscious mind of humanity. And so there's so many thoughts stirring and brewing going on right now. And that affects us because we are part of the collective conscious. And so whatever is going on in the collective consciousness is coming in and really creating confusion, maybe bringing us into states of anxiety or depression or fear or a lot of different places that we don't really want to dwell in, right? We want to really lift up into that higher frequency. So in order to do that, I'm going to teach you how to come into the tube of white light, which is a tool that I have learned many years ago. And I even wrote it in my book, Awakened Priestess. And I think what I'm going to do is probably, once we post this on Facebook, I think that on the event itself, that for this specific class, I think I'm going to take a picture of those pages and place that on Facebook so that you can actually read it if you want to go back and not have to watch the video all over again. So the tube of white light is calling in a field of protection around the four bodies. So we have to envision it going all the way out, at least 6 feet out on every side of our body. So 6 feet out on every side of our body, and reaching all the way up to eternity and all the way down to eternity. So this is an infinite field, of infinite tube that shields us in all our four bodies. Okay? And we also ask that this white light protects us in all realms, all dimensions, in all space and time, across all timelines, in all realities and planes of existence, and shielding all four bodies. So our minds are very powerful, and we are more powerful than we even possibly know. I know that we are more powerful than I possibly know, and I've seen I have seen how we can create with our minds. So when we envision this tube of white light, it does protect us. White light, the divine white light, is what we are made of. What the entire universe in its truest nature is made of. And in these dark times when we really want to navigate and move through this dark energy without being, taken down by it. And what I mean by taking down by it, I mean going into the lower frequencies of fear and anxiety and depression. So, or worry, or even false hope is a really negative, a negative emotion, because it brings us into a place of projecting something that's not true, and so we set ourselves up for a disappointment. So we are going to be shielding ourselves from that, and also the energies of other people. So we're shielding ourselves from the energies of other people, not because we don't love them, but because we don't want their stories and their emotions to affect us and bring us into the lower frequencies. So it actually helps them, because when we are holding this high vibrational frequency, we help to uplift anyone that we come in contact with. And it actually goes out into the collective conscious mind and helps to lift the frequency of the collective conscious mind as well. So when we do this work for ourselves, we are doing it for the entire collective consciousness. And the more of us who do it, the more the collective consciousness raises up into the higher frequencies of love and peace and joy and trust and truth and so much more. And so we are really doing this for ourselves first and foremost, but then for the entire collective consciousness, which will help us to ascend, and help us to ascend with ease and joy and glory. All right, so let's go ahead and find a nice, relaxing place to just come into a comfortable place. So you can either sit like I'm sitting, cross-legged. Maybe you could even sit with your back against the wall if it's hard for you to keep your spine straight. Or you can lay down, your choice. And so we're going to open our hands up towards the sky, feel our tailbone grounding down into the earth, and reaching the spine up, allowing the crown of the head to be pulled up towards this cosmos, as if there's a thread pulling the crown of the head up. I'm just going to start to come into the center. We could even bring your right hand into the center of the chest like this, or bring it into the heart mudra like this, and start breathing into the center where that hand is. Now, I did a video the other day of a 3-part Durga breath, so if you would like to watch that, you can learn the 3-part Durga breath. It's very, very good for so many reasons. But for this reason in particular right now, it helps us to really center and come into a place of relaxation, really dropping away the fear, dropping away the anxiety, dropping away all the stories that are circulating in our minds, and helping us to really come into our center. So I'm going to just come in this for now, doing the 3-part breath, incorporating the Ujjayi breath, which is also something I taught on that video. Breathing into the center of the heart, allowing and feeling your body to soften. Feel your shoulders dropping away from your ears. Grounding down with the mama, so bringing your attention to your tailbone. your Muladhara, your Muladhara, your Muladhara chakra, the root chakra. And you can see a root growing out of the tailbone and moving deep into the earth, spreading out wide and growing deeper and deeper. And in your mind's eye, seeing this root grow all the way down to the earth's core. Seeing in your mind's eye that beautiful molten lava, that red earth energy at the earth's core, and begin to absorb this energy into the roots, allowing this energy to rise up the roots. Seeing this energy coming up into the Muladhara now, into your root chakra, filling up your entire pelvic bowl, your legs, feet and toes, riding up the spine, filling up the entire torso, the arms and the hands and fingers. Seeing it filling up the shoulders, the neck and the head. Feeling yourself becoming heavier as you ground down with this earth energy, becoming one with Mother Earth. And now bringing your attention to the crown of your head, the very center of your head. The crown chakra. And I see a beautiful 1,000-petaled lotus opening, and a beam of white light shining from above, entering through the center of this lotus, filling up your entire head, neck, shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers, riding down the spine, filling up the entire torso, the pelvic bowl, the legs, feet, and toes. Riding down the root chakra, down into the roots and going into the earth, filling up the earth with this white light, and giving it back to Mama, Mother Earth, Gaia. And allow this energy to continue to circulate. Seeing it rotate now, starting to mix and mingle at the heart center. Creating a beautiful rose light as we come into the center of our being. Breathing into that. Connected with the cosmic divine energy of above. Connected with the earth energy, Gaia, below. For we are divine beings of white light, and we are beings of this great earth. As above, so below, and finding that within our very heart chakra, which is the actual symbol of that upward facing triangle and downward facing triangle, as above, so below. And now, as we are centered in this place, we call upon the tube of white light. So we can just actually call upon the tube of white light. You can call out Great Spirit, God, Jesus, Mary, Goddess, whoever it is that you go to as you find your connection to divinity, higher self, higher power. Calling out to this higher power now. I command the tube of white light to surround me in all four bodies, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies, reaching all the way up to eternity and all the way down to eternity. Now see this tube of white light in your mind's eye surrounding you, reaching all the way up and all the way down. I command that this tube of white light shield me in all dimensions, in all realms, in all time and space, in all realities and planes of existence, across all timelines. I command that only that which vibrates at the highest frequency of divine love and divine white light exist in this field of the tube of white light. I command that all energies that are not of this high vibrational divine love and light must either transmute now, in this present moment, to the frequency of divine love and light, or leave and return to source. Only that which vibrates at this high frequency may enter this field. I now ask for this divine light to shower upon me, filling the entire tube of white light with this divine white light, infusing my physical body, my emotional body, my mental body, and my spiritual body, returning me to the highest frequency of this divine love and white light, and helping me to maintain this frequency at all times, shielding me and protecting me from any negative energy, any low vibrational frequencies, any dark energy, any entities or energies that would try to manipulate, control, or harm me. I call upon Archangel Michael or Michael to be present with me in this tube of white light, to also shield and protect me at all times, in all space, in all realms and dimensions, in all realities and planes of existence across all timelines. I thank you, Archangel Michael. And at this time, you can also invite in your spirit guides and guardian angels, and that those higher beings that vibrate with the divine love and light. You can call in those galactic beings that vibrate and resonate with this frequency, ascended masters, ancestors, asking them to also protect you and shield you, as well as assist you on your journey. So this is our first tool for navigating this epic experience that we're moving through, our great awakening and our ascension. And I suggest you do this every morning when you awake, before you go through your day, and every night prior to sleeping. Please let me know how it works for you, and if you have any questions, please feel free to comment on or send me a private message.